The next one they jumped, the first one they did, and they come down the straight. The leader is Sober Comment by 2.5. Second is Crown Duo. A half length away. Third on the outside was Churchill, and a length and a half to Okahu Prince. Then 2 lengths further back, Yellow Limit on the outside of the Rampager. 1.5 Dashing Dancer, followed by Striding Edge, Maltese Sea Star, and Turkey Lane sees them all. Heading out of the straight, they're back to where they started from. Sober Comment leads the way by 3 lengths. Second is Crown Duo, a half away Churchill. They're all jumping well presently. Fourth on the inside, Okahu Prince, and 3/4 Yellow Limit, a half away the Rampager. A length to Dashing Dancer, keeping out wide, seeing them out deep there, followed by Striding Edge. It's going well. Then Turkey Lane, who's gone past Maltese Sea Star. It's not jumping well. As they go towards what is now the 1,200 metre mark, and the pilot Sober Comment, 2 in front of Crown Duo. In third place, Okahu Prince, the Rampager. Churchill's gone, passed by Striding Edge and Yellow Limit. He'll pull Churchill up here. It is not jumping at all well. Then Dashing Dancer, Turkey Lane, Maltese Sea Star. Here's the fallen log now. As they head right up to the top of the hill, the pilot is Sober Comment. 3/4 to Crown Duo, who's moved up stylishly and taken the lead. It's Sober Comment now. From in front now, the leader is Crown Duo from Sober Comment. Third place, Okahu Prince. Striding Edge is starting to run on. Then Yellow Limit as they go now. There's the leader's lost the rider. The leader's lost the rider, Crown Duo. So now Striding Edge is coming through on the inside with Yellow Limit. It's Striding Edge grabbed by Yellow Limit, a half in front now. In third place, 3 away came the Rampager. Turkey Lane starting to run on. They've got 2 left now in the Von Dusa, and it's Yellow Limit a length in front. Second on the inside was Striding Edge. 3 away the Rampager. Turkey Lane continues to run on. The jumping's over, 400 metres to go. Around the corner and Striding Edge. 2 in front of Yellow Limit, the Rampager. Turkey Lane continues to make ground. The riderless horse is impeding Striding Edge somewhat. At the 2:20, still Striding Edge 2 in front of the Rampager. Yellow Limit. Turkey Lane continuing to run on. It's Striding Edge a length in front of the Rampager. Then Yellow Limit. Turkey Lane diving back between them. Striding Edge in front. The Rampager coming at him late. The Rampager goes to Striding Edge, and the Rampager won the Von Dusa. 3/4 Striding Edge. Ahead away third, Turkey Lane looking for another lap. Then came Yellow Limit. A big gap, Dashing Dancer. Maltese Sea Star did complete the course. And here's the riderless one, Crown Duo, which was looking ominous as they went over the fallen log. And another riderless, yes, a Sober Comment. Sober Comment coming down the straight now, Sober Comment. And the
Okay, we'll get a report for you on those horses. Jockeys all looked A-OK. Brian Constable and Eric Musgrove combined 3, 2 and 1 across the line. The Rampager, true horseman at work in the Von Dusa steeple. We're on the countdown. We're 5 minutes off. Lonhro, very heavily tried favourite. Peter Snowden, though, with a whole battery of runners to look after.
Day has arrived. Doncaster Day with Lonhro, his favourite.
Yeah, no,
certainly wouldn't be too concerned about the track conditions. He likes a wet surface.
Yeah, wet surface he does like, but this sort of track, but it's probably as good as we've had him for a long time too, so he's not without a chance.
Lonhro, though, obviously the pick.
Oh, hopefully that's the one we want to win with, but Joe, if any other one wins, I'll take it.
Good luck today.
Thanks, Joe.
Peter Snowden working very hard out here at Randwick this afternoon, and I'm sure all the hard work the team have put in, particularly to Lonhro, will pay off here. 3 very good chances from the John Hawke stable in the Doncaster.
And another which has been backed at longer odds is Miss Zoe, which has come in very similar to what they're taking on the totes. 44,000.
Doncaster. Starter has the button. They're off in the Doncaster and Dashed for Cash jumped well. So too did Boreal. Lonhro got away nicely. Scenic Peak and Grand Army are nice and handy, followed by Gentle Genius. Thorn Park wide out from Gordo, Corral Boy, and then a gap to Chairman's Choice. Gordo's getting back along the rails. A length into Miss Zoe, followed closely by Corporate Bruce and Cognac Trader, and Crawler's the tail ender. Racing to the 1100 marker, and Boreal and Dash for Cash are putting on the speed. A length and a half behind them. The third is Grand Army, followed by Scenic Peak. A length and a half to Thorn Park, and then comes Gentle Genius inside Lonhro. Purple Groove, a length and 3/4 then to Gordo, Corral Boy, followed by Miss Zoe. Chairman's Choice wider out, and then comes Cognac Trader on the inside of Corporate Bruce, and 2 lengths to Crawl. They come along the side in the Doncaster at the 700. Dash for Cash, 3/4 Boreal, 2 to Grand Army on the rails, then Scenic Peak. Thorn Park is back 5th. And then Gentle Genius, Lonro, Purple Groove, followed by Chairman's Choice and Gordo, Miss Zoe, Corporate Bruce and Wada Corral Boy from Cognac Trader and Crawl. They swing around the home corner now, and the grey from Melbourne, Dash for Cash, is the leader. A half length on Boreal, bridging the gap. Grand Army getting between them. Thorn Park another 2 lengths away. Then comes Scenic Peak and Lonro. He's got some work to do from Gordo and Gentle Genius, but Grand Army, he accelerates. Grand Army, it's another Doncaster for Gay Waterhouse. Grand Army racing away from Dash for Cash, and Grand Army a great winner from Dash for Cash and Boreal. Lonro, Gentle Genius, Cognac Trader, followed by Scenic Peak, Gordo, and then Chairman's Choice. Corporate Bruce, Thorn Park, and then Crawl, followed by Purple Groove, Miss Zoe, and last in Corral Boy.
Gay Waterhouse Group 1 double, Grand Army, and Dan Beasley, a slipper winner last week, a Doncaster winner today. He made it a one-horse race the last furlong, Richard.
Yeah, he was great. He got onto the right part of the track, close to the fence there, and away he went. He's a very, very promising horse in the making. I didn't think he'd be mature enough and seasoned enough to beat this field, but obviously he likes the soft track. It's his home track. He's trained here, and he's done a fabulous job. He's in the colours there, carried by Scalacci, famous old colours, and there is a very good horse in the making.
Alan Bell has been noted, his colours, that he's a wonderful judge of a horse. He's proven it yet again.
Yes, a lovely horse here, Grand Army. I thought Lonro got into a spot on the track where he didn't really want to be. He's one horse further back than he would like to have been, but there wasn't the devastating finish like we've seen in the past, and he just failed to come on. Dash for Cash did a very good job leading. There was no pace on, really. He led as he pleased, and that gave him a very good chance to run it out, but he was no match for the winner, who sat right behind him, peeled off in the straight, and just went past him. Now you can see Lonro right behind Grand Army under heavy pressure, and he was nowhere to be seen in the last 50 metres.
And he ran officially fourth, so across the line, 10, 5, 11 and 2. Fifth hasn't been posted. First four, $8,597.80. So Dan Beasley, another major Group 1 victory after last week clinching a golden slipper, and does it again with Grand Army.
I think it sort of highlights the way the track's been playing, though. You've got to stay close to the fence there. You see Dash for Cash running second there, and Boreal. Well, they sat 1-2 in the run, so they didn't go terribly hard in front, and that made it a set up for either them or one sitting right behind them, as Grand Army was. Anything that got back was in severe trouble on this track today.
And how about the run of Boreal on the pace, a Villiers winner and second up in a Doncaster?
Yeah, it's a great training effort. He looked well in the yard, I have to say, as did Grand Army. Looked great in the yard.
Okay, Joe McKinnon with Gay Waterhouse.
Gay Waterhouse, congratulations. He trounced his rivals. Woo! Well, enough said. Gay, absolutely ecstatic after Grand Army's win this afternoon. A freakish sort of horse, Brendan, Grand Army. Not many can win a Group 1 Doncaster on only their second preparation.
That shriek said it all, didn't it? See if you can get Alan Bell, who's the winning owner, and Dan Beasley returns in those colours, made famous earlier by Scalacci.
Hasn't he had a great run, Dan Beasley, in the last 2 weeks? You know, he's won the Slipper, now he's won the Doncaster. They're the two biggest races in Sydney.
Unbelievable stuff. As Dan Beasley returns, Larry Olsen, we'll be back here with more very, very soon. Dan salutes the crowd. Larry, your late mail?
To stay with the 2, 17, 4 and 1. I'm putting the 17 in. Difficult, looked very good in the enclosure. Get a lovely run here, particularly with his last start behind Keppel. I think he'll prove hard to beat. This horse here, the 17, got a bit of a wrap on him, and he looked good in the enclosure. I'm going to put him up into second. 4, Remy, get a lovely run from the 2, Alley, and the top weight, Proudly Agro. Very, very tough race. All these horses look well, but we'll go this way. Difficult will be right on the pace. 2, 17, 4 and 1. Thanks, Brendan.
We have a look at the riding style of one D Beasley. Aerodynamic, jubilant. It's everything combined today.
He is. He's a great young rider, and he's going from strength to strength. Nothing wrong with the ride on Dash for Cash. They were good tactics going to the front there on him. He likes the soft track. He got close to the rail, but the winner too strong. A very promising horse. Who knows how far he can go, this horse. He only carried the 51.5 kilos today, but let's see if he can step up to the weight for age.
Speaking of stepping up, Dan Beasley steps up to this huge crowd. You trained Drum, or lead trained Drum. Drum is a full brother to the mother of this horse.
Well, there you go. It's a fair way back, though.
Hey, and a former Oakley Plate winner.
Yeah, he won an Oakley Plate at Sandown, but there you go. This horse is a very, very smart horse, and I want to see him in a weight for age. I want to see how he measures up, but I think he probably will.
Alan Bell leads him back to scale. He's done that in Group 1 races so many times in history. And Gay Waterhouse, isn't she delighted? We only got one I suppose, exclamation out of her as she walked past Joe was happiness.
Yeah, I think it was. I'm not sure what it was. It was a whoop, though. Big whoop.
A whoopee. And
there's Alan Bell leading the horse back. He's a vet himself, doesn't practice veterinary science, but he's a very good judge of a horse and has put plenty into racing over the last 15 years, and he's got another good one here.
And Dan Beasley, eyebrows raised as he comes back. Last week a Golden Slipper, who would have thought, he wouldn't have thought 7 or 8 days on that he'd be back in such a big race winner's circle.
It's a big advantage to be able to ride a horse at 51.5 kilos. That's what's made him so versatile, Dan, is he can ride at the light weights.
2 minutes off Eagle Farm as Dan Beasley returns. He's delighted. We must also pay credit to Jim Cassidy, who's ridden the horse this preparation. 2 wins at Randwick, a 3rd at Newcastle and a Rosehill victory last time out. He's just about to dismount here at Randwick. And what a great achievement it was. So Dan's in the saddle. He's grabbed the microphone. And we will be hearing from Dan very, very soon. You ever seen a Group 1 victory where they do their own interview?
Yeah, that's a new one on me, I have to say, Brendan. Dan's doing his own interview on the back of the horse, and now he's going to step down, and no doubt he'll be very, very happy boy because his bank balance just looking sensational this autumn.
Okay, so we're near Eagle Farm. Joe McKinnon, you're down in the enclosure.
Jimmy Cassidy told me during the week, he said, this horse is a Cox Plate horse. I said, well, that'll do me.
Does it top last week? Does it equal last week? Or is it just a feeling that you can't describe?
It's just something special, you know. These races, these are what you dream of, and to come out and win 2 of them in a week, it's something special, and I'm pretty emotional about it because this week it's really special because, as I said, Gay Waterhouse, she's been a big supporter of mine, and this just repays her back a little bit.
Danny, a freak effort by the horse to do that on only his 2nd preparation.
Danny, give us a wave. Yeah. As I said, this horse, he's a superstar. He's going to be anything. He got in today, good at the weights, but geez, he was going to win a long way from home.
Well done.
Thank you very much, Joe.
An amazing 2 weeks for jockey Dan Beasley, winning last weekend's Golden Slipper and today one of the feature Group 1s at Randwick, the Doncaster Handicap.
Thanks, Joe. We're off to Eagle Farm. Hitting details with 7 minutes off. Dandy Kid in the market, as is Call Me Sid. We go down to Panorama Heights at $10, and Energy Abounds for Sally Wynn is also right in commission. It's the Jack Elliott Handicap, named after a very popular turf figure, Deprave at $8. Correct weight is there at Oakbank, and of the 3 fallen horses, I can report that we're still awaiting a report on Okahoo Prince from Oakbank. The other 2 are A-OK. 3 riders all OK. Well, Grand Army parades, the 4-year-old by Hennessy. We're back with... Lonhro finishing in 4th position, and the winning time, as you can see, bottom right on screen. Back at Caulfield, Alf Matthews.
So you're going to get value whatever you back. I hate to say it, but I'm going to put Deprave on top because it's purely and simply a elimination process here. I know he pulled up sore last time. Well, he wouldn't be here if he wasn't 100%, and he still does look quite well under saddle going to the gate. So I'm going to...
Rods. Foreign Affair moved in. That completed the line. They're all in, set to run. Lights flash. Very open affair. 1100. Racing. Energy Abounds began okay, away fast on the inside. Suit Call Me Sid jumped all right. Driving forward is Sea Rover. Bar Carter had begun quickly, and so did Deprave. As they settle down now, Sea Rover drives to the lead at the 800, about 3/4 of a length in front of Deprave, wide out in the blue colours. Up there as they've settled into stride is Bar Carter. He's 3rd, followed by Call Me Sid. Energy Abounds, Mastix and Chrisoff out wider with Dandy Kid. A length to Sir Chuckle, followed by Suit, and then Tallydane, Windigo, Panorama Heights, Generalissimo about 4 lengths further back as Jai's Jump, and Foreign Affair is behind him. Round the turn now, and Sea Rover is being tackled by Deprave. Back behind them is Call Me Sid, getting up to 3rd as they cornered. Bar Carter struggling. Dandy Kid is running on, followed by St Chrisoff and Tallydane. 150 metres left to go. Deprave out in the middle, and Sea Rover over on the inside. They're the 2 leaders, and here's Tallydane coming with Dandy Kid and Generalissimo. Deprave is the leader from Tallydane. Generalissimo Demoe. It's Deprave in front under the whip, and Deprave first by a length and a quarter. Deprave winning it on the line from Tallydane and Generalissimo, and behind these then Sea Rover, followed in by Suit. Jai's Jump making up plenty of ground on the run home, followed by St Christoph, and then Dandy Kid, Call Me Sid Weekend, Panorama Heights, Mastic, Energy Abounds, Foreign Affair, Windy goes well back, and a break then to Barcada and Sir Chuckle.
Last 2 runs, Deprave has started favourite. Today not the case. There was plenty ruining missed opportunities in previous runs, and Sam Highland collects the cash. Trained by Robert Smurden and the son of Keltrees wins, beating Tallydane and Generalissimo 10, 16 and 12, and the light blue colours prevailing.
Awesome, right from day one, he was one of the best 2-year-olds around, so he deserved it.
And in your illness, you know, when you've been...
The Von Duser, Crown Duo hurt. Now they're set. The other 2 horses quite okay. Okahu Prince might have a bit of bark off those legs after Sober Comment got underneath his legs at that second one up on top of the hill, the one after the fallen log. Now these stand well. This is an open race, identifiable, looking for 7 straight victories. First run in open class. You can see that the assistant starter, Wayne Bartlett, is standing in front of the stall of either identifiable, Dangerous Reef. It's identifiable stall, in fact. Lowendale Road alongside intends a little anxious as well. And identifiable not quite ready there in number 9. Now here's a close-up. Identifiable, they're trying to back the horse out, it looks like. Might be undergoing a vet's exam years ago. Ready now. Set for the Clipsal. They're off and racing. Identifiable was out fast. Lazing About's got speed. Speaker driving through, trying to hold out Identifiable. Real Dragon going hard underneath them, and Let's Went going quickly also. Then just behind those, Heracles getting back Carlin wide from Dangerous Reef, followed by Zadimbi Inkamala. 2 away behind them, Otto Bello and Lowendale Road last. Real Dragon fired up on the inside, holds out Identifiable, but Identifiable will cross as they come to the 650, a length and a half. Second, Real Dragon, 2 away, third Speaker inside of Lazing About. Then a length further back on the inside, coming around the corner, was Let's Went, being shaded by Heracles, then Dangerous Reef, Inkamala. Zadimbi's travelling, but has a lot of ground to make up, followed by Otto Bello and Carlin. Lowendale Road at the 300 metre mark. The leader is Identifiable. Speaker off the inside to challenge fully, then Real Dragon, now Lazing About, switching off heels, running on. Zadimbi coming hard along the rails, and Lowendale Road down the outside, still Identifiable. Zadimbi along the inside is the one. Zadimbi hasn't come around to horse, and Zadimbi takes the Clipsal, scored by a length. Identifiable, gallant in defeat. Third in Lowendale Road, followed home by, I'd say, next in Real Dragon in a photo with Dangerous Reef. Otto Bello closed late, then Carlin. Further back, Speaker knocked up, followed in by Let's Went, and then Heracles towards the tail with Lazing About and also Carlin.
A feature race victory for young Chris Bryant, the trainer Barry Dunn. Zadimbi, should I say, a rail paint scraping ride to collect the cash. Speaking of paint scraping, Terry Kennedy, hopefully you're not heading the paint off the walls tonight.
Well, I'm heading in that direction, Brendan. Unfortunately, bookmakers having a very good day here at Randwick. The punters are surviving, though. And they've spec one here in the last. Gay Waterhouse won the Doncaster. Some punters believe she can win the last with Vile Agreement, and Jimmy Cassidy will ride Vile Agreement. It opened up in double digits figures. It's been backed in a good 4 points now. $13.90 on the tote. That represents very good value for this Jimmy Cassidy mount in Vital Agreement, trained by Gay Waterhouse. There's been good money for Sportsman as well. Up the top, a little good value there for the tote punters at $9.30. Short Titanic Jack on the tote at $3.50, number 1. Better than that with bookmakers. And the other one that is blowing just a touch, bookmakers opened up number 12, Bollinger, very, very short. It's now eased out a good point with bookmakers, and, well, better value on the tote at $4. And just one finally, I know Ron Duffy maybe likes Quite As. It's about the same as the tote is at $15.30.
On, and the horses that took him on finished back, and he's done very well.
And now let's have a look over here at the starts, and we're just about ready. And off we go in the last event of the day here at Randwick. And Bollinger jumped quickly, so did Sportsman, and our Sun Tripper is racing for the lead. A length and a half further back is Bell Place and Bois on the inside. 2 lengths to Wheat, and then Vital Agreement, Coupe, Red Oog, followed by Wide Awake. And then comes Quiet As, followed by Alive and Well, 2 Titanic Jack, and a half to Magic Marvo to the course proper. They gallop, and Bollinger trying to get across to the rails from the wide alley, and Bollinger leads a length and a quarter now. Bois and our Sun Tripper. Sportsman galloping fourth, 2 lengths further back, Bell Place between Vital Agreement the inner, Wheat is the outside, and 2 lengths to Coupe, Red Oog, and a length to Wide Awake. Quiet As on Wide Awake's inside from Alive and Well. Titanic Jack is second last, and a length and a half to Magic Marvo. As they come past the 600, and Bollinger is the leader. She's worked a little from that alley. She's about 3/4 of a length. Bois, Sportsman third, is tracking Bollinger from our Sun Tripper, and then Vital Agreement, Coupe, followed by Wheat and Red Oog, and then Wide Awake, Quiet As, and Titanic Jack's about 4th last, 300 to go, and Bollinger shows the way. On the outside, Sportsman is threatening danger to Bollinger, and they've booted 2 lengths, Vital Agreement and Bois, Titanic Jack, and then Wide Awake, Sportsman almost level with Bollinger. It's a 2-horse war. Sportsman the outside and Bollinger. It's Bollinger and Sportsman hitting the line together. Photo, Bollinger or Sportsman. Third going to Wide Awake. 4th in was Vital Agreement, followed by Titanic Jack. And then a break in proceedings to Quiet As, and that group absolutely blitzed the next lot. Coupe, Magic Marvo, Wheat and Bois, Red Oog and Alive and Well, and another 3 lengths then came Bell Place and 2 to our Sun Tripper. Photo.
Oh, she's tenacious, isn't she? The daughter of Dahira. She got the cash. Number 2, Sportsman. They've battled it out the last furlong and a half in a tooth and nail struggle.
Good effort, Brendan, because she's they both had to actually come from wide alleys. They both had to go forward and try to find a spot near the fence. I think she's held on and won. Sportsman, game as he ever is. He was a bit of a query on the wet track, where I think Bollinger is bred to sort of get through the ground a bit. I tell you what, she just doesn't know the word of give up.
She is phenomenal after winning the Group 1 Coolmore Classic last time out. Sportsman and Daryl McClellan for Greg Hickman have served it up to her for a big portion. Here's Joe McKinnon.
Gay, that caps off what's been a magnificent day for you.
Oh, it's been a day you dream about, Joe, and we've been so excited. Different horses, just running different races on a rain-affected track. Bollinger was not, I wasn't sure if she could handle it. She came from the wide alley, and she just showed her superiority.
A tough fighting effort too. A tough fighting effort, Gay?
Yes, very much. A very, very talented young filly. Wonderful filly, and wonderful for binary stud.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Joe.
Gay Waterhouse, a remarkable day for the stable, winning her 6th Doncaster handicap with Grand Army, and Bollinger in the last. A gutsy win. She continues her winning streak.
Oh, it's been a day in which she has dominated. 12, 2, 11 and 4, 4 running into 4th position. Vital Agreement. So the Waterhouse yard, when you look back through Snowland winning Grand Army, and Bollinger in the last, you could, pardon the pun, say the corks are literally popping.
It's true, Brendan. And she would be...
There they are parading for this last race. The Bert Bryant handicap. Key ones, Paestum. House Guest is also right there. It's a ratings special. Tony McAvoy. What a day. He registered his 500th winner since taking over at Lindsay Park, and that was at Oakbank earlier this afternoon. Corporate power, $5.50. Well, it's been a magic day of racing. Derby Doncaster Day, $8 million up for grabs. 3 Group 1s today with so many highlights. Joe McKinnon and Wayne Harris.
Yeah, a fantastic afternoon of racing, as we all expected. And really, the rain around Sydney couldn't dampen the enthusiasm of racegoers here today. A great crowd in attendance, Wayne Harris. Just over 44,000, more than attending last year.
Unbelievable, Joe. But now it's very hard to get a gauge on how many people are at the race as well. The marquees we have these days. Plenty of room to move around here today. Shame the weather was the way it was. Seemed to be a little bit of a bias towards horses near the fence today, but I tell you what, it would have been absolutely perfect without the rain, but it's not the perfect world, is it?
My racing highlight today was seeing Scott Seamer back in the winner's circle, the Group 1 winner's circle, on Clangalang in the AJC Derby.
Totally agree with you, Joe. He's had faith in this horse. He's a horse that's raced without luck. Gerald Ryan's had 2 winners here today. Started off the day well with Gold Catcher in the first.
backed up with Clangalang in the Derby, and he had the luck, and Scott Zuma rode him for luck, and he did get it. Marvellous what can happen in 12 months. Scott Zuma was in that zone last year, couldn't do a thing wrong. Injuries, different things going wrong. Not a lot of good horses to get on, but tell you what, he's answered his critics today. He was my highlight too. Gay, what can you say about Gay? She's had 3 winners here today, 2 of the Group 1s, and yeah, good effort.
It sure was, yeah, an amazing effort by Gay Waterhouse to train her 6th Doncaster Handicap winner. And still, Wayne, plenty of the crowd here enjoying festivities on what's been a fantastic day. Are we going to go and have a champagne now to toast the day?
I think we should, Joe. And just before I go, well done to Ross Simpson and Terry Jones winning the heroic challenge today too with Danish Magic. A couple of battlers that deserve to get a little bit of that money today too amongst the bigger name people here.
Well, really, the riches have been spread across the board, haven't they, Brendan?
Joe, they sure have. The Melbourne jockeys dominating, winning the first 4 races on the card. Joe, thanks very much to you. Of course, you're off to Oakbank for their Onkarapinga Cup program Monday. Wayne Harris is off to Nowra. Everyone is spread far and wide. Next week, we're back here for, of course, Ladies' Day, Australian Oaks Day, and All-Age Stakes. The week after, we're back for the Sydney Cup. And what Sydney Cup trials we've seen. Alf Matthews, house guest, have you got any at the moment?
As a matter of fact, I have. I'm not going in.
Tarcoola Midnight over near the outside. Starter goes to the platform. Ready to go. Last on the program. Record Score just might have taken a dive at the gates there. They're away now. Friday night a little slow to move out of the gates. Small Spoils jump well with Fifeshire, and going on House Guest with Record Score. They run to the lead together. Going up Bunfight gets into 3rd placing early, and then on the snip 2 lengths away 4th from Fifeshire. Small Spoils a length to Corporate Power. A length and a half to Marlowe on the inside, and then came hit the spot. 2 lengths away is Sedation. Tarcoola Midnight deep. Over on the inside is Pestum. TKO's a long way back, and so is Transferal. 2 lengths away is Ottoman, and Friday night is last of all at the 800 metre mark, and on the snip strode round the outside and put up 2 lengths on them. In 2nd placing is House Guest on the inside of Bunfight, who's just shading him now, and then Record Score. Small Spoils about 5th on the inside of Corporate Power, followed by Fifeshire Sedation, and then Marley hit the spot wide out, trailed by Tarcoola Midnight, and then Transferal, TKO, Pestum, Ottoman, Friday night. On the snip coming around the turn in front of Bunfight, and Corporate Power's gone up 3 wide. House Guest needing a run behind them. Record Score checked as it weakened out, and right around the outside is on the spot as they straighten up or hit the spot. In the straight on the snip, the leader from Bunfight, Corporate Power. House Guest the rail. Small Spoils and Fifeshire coming with runs. On the snip is the leader from Bunfight. Small Spoils lifting on the outside. On the snip from Small Spoils, Fifeshire Sedation. On the snip pulls it out though, and on the snip scores. Photo for the miners. Fifeshire's up there. Small Spoils and Sedation, a line of 3. Hit the spot next, and then Tarcoola Midnight. Friday night made some late ground out wide. House Guest followed Ottoman, and then TKO, and they were trailed further back by Marley, Corporate Power, Transferal, Bunfight, Record Score. On the snippers, pulled it out here, number 1. Big finish in the last event, but on the snip has found enough. At more than $22 on Super Tab. It's a very good photo for the miners. Fifeshire's prominent there. I think it'll get 2nd, when Small Spoils will probably be 3rd as we await the judge to semaphore all placings after the Burt Bryant. Victory day for number 1. On the snip, Mark Pegas and Dan O'Sullivan.
The win, and $6.70 for the place. Mark Pegas getting everything out of On the Snip. It's been somewhat of a blowout for punters, but a terrific day. Brendan Parnell, Richard Friedman and the entire team from Randwick have done a terrific job. Doncaster Derby Day, and we're going to look after you for a big night of greyhound racing, in particular from Wentworth Park. We've got 2 Group 2s and a Group 1. The Golden Easter Egg, $100,000 to the winner, highlighting a wonderful night of greyhound action. On the track for the